Hello everyone. So today we have our special guest with us, Mr. Ramesh, VP and Business Head of Adecco Group. He has led many digital transformation AI-led projects and has worked at many big firms like Cognizant, Wipro, etc. He has not only worked in the tech space but also in other areas like HR. We welcome you, sir, from the whole Bloggers Alliance family, and we are very happy to have you today here.
Thank you, Neha.
So, sir, you have been playing a keen role in the business role, top and bottom line, to end ownership. So, can you tell us the journey where you started from the tech space and finally reaching to a complete business owner? So, what challenges you faced and how was your journey?
Yeah, sure, Neha. But thank you so much first for giving this opportunity to talk about my journey. And I'm hopeful that some of the learnings which I've had in the past 2 decades will help a lot of youngsters learn from and then take their careers forward in a very positive manner.
Sure.
So, right now I work as a business P&L head with Adecco India Pvt Ltd, which is a HR consultancy firm. And as you rightly said, I have quite a bit of background in the tech space. So just to introduce my professional career, I worked for Wipro for around 18 years, from 1998 to 2016. And then I was with Cognizant till 2020. And then for the last 3 years, I've been with Adecco India Pvt Ltd. So these are the three firms I worked for. I actually started off from campus. I was recruited from BITS Pilani as a fresher in 1998. So I joined Wipro, and I've played almost every role which is possible in the software IT services space in my career spanning across 18 years. So I was very lucky to be with a company like Wipro because Wipro is extremely entrepreneurial. No? So they allow all the people, all the employees to take very good decisions based on their passion. They give them the independence to work the way they like. And also, there are a plethora of opportunities. So that was how Wipro's culture was. So the defining moment in my career was when I started working with technology. I really felt that my heart and passion was always with leadership and management. So I always, while technology, I used to attend a lot of sessions. I used to do coding. I had to do quality assurance at some point of time. I always ended up reading a Harvard Business Review or McKinsey reports, and my passion was always towards business. So, following that passion, what I started doing was expressing my interest very explicitly to my seniors as well, saying that given an opportunity, I would like to lead a team and try to ensure that as a team we perform. And I don't want to be just an individual excellence contributor. So from that perspective, I think Wipro was very open. They made me a team lead, a module lead very early in my career, hardly 2 years into my career. I was posted in Japan. I was in UK for some time, and then in US. And I was given an opportunity to lead a team of a complete project as a project manager within 4 years of my career. So I think that was extreme trust that Wipro placed on me, although I was in my very early stages of my career. So I have to thank Wipro from the bottom of my heart for that. And my leaders who shaped me at that point of time. So I worked with quite a few of them. I will name very few people in the end, but a lot of people who shaped my career. So in tech, what I did was I followed my passion, got into project management. Then I did program management, delivery management. And during all these roles, I was very, very keen on running my fixed bid projects extremely efficiently, trying to see how I can save money for the company, how to run the P&L in the most beneficial way for the group. And that kind of a financial acumen I was able to gather because of the business finance managers I worked with in Wipro. So that even more increased my interest towards leading large teams and not just being stuck to a technical solutioning. So, and then I was given a great opportunity by one of my mentors who I rever quite a lot, Sambuddha Dev, and my other mentor, TV Vinod Kumar and Bhanumurthy, who were the other two mentors who I used to work with before. They gave me the opportunity to work with Sambuddha Dev, and Dev was an amazing leader. He actually gave me an opportunity across Wipro corporate. So the entire Wipro fraternity, I moved from Chennai to Bangalore. I was given an opportunity to lead the workforce management group, which actually is supply chain management of people and a core HR area, which was not just a tech area. So that kind of an opportunity in a technology company is very rare. So I was blessed to get that. And I really thank from the bottom of my heart Sambuddha Dev, TV Vinod Kumar, and Bhanumurthy for having placed their trust on me. I think that's one of the biggest reasons, why I got into Adecco in 2020 as well. But then I did this role from 2009 to 2012. And it was a golden opportunity where I was able to interact with the CEOs of Wipro, be it Girish Paranjape, Suresh Vaswani, or TK Korean. And in fact, I've had many meetings with Mr. Azim Premji himself in the board meetings. So from that perspective, I was very, very lucky even early in my career to get that kind of an exposure. And then I continued to grow into larger roles. But then in 2013, I really got what I wanted. I became a business head across India and Middle East, where I had a complete business unit with my own HR, with my own finance, with my own admin group. So that kind of an opportunity Wipro provided me between 2013 and 16. And I think that really was a defining moment in my career because from then on, there was no looking back. I moved to Cognizant and I was with artificial intelligence and data management in both Wipro and Cognizant for more than 7 years, which is a very hot niche area. So technically, also I was at the cusp of the happening technology. At the same time, I was in a very key business leadership role. And then in 2020, I was very fortunate to get into Adecco, where I'm able to contribute from a HR technology space. Because as a business leader, I take care of a large profit and loss uh, unit for my company here, Adecco India. So I'm, as you introduced me, right, I'm a VP and Director of Professional Staffing. So the entire professional staffing services come under me as a business. And the good thing is this is extremely close to technology. So I take care of IT, I take care of engineering. So the learnings from the technology industry, which I gained in 22 years from Wipro and Cognizant, I've been able to apply here in the business as well. So I'm at a very, very different kind of meeting place between HR and technology. And I'm able to think from that perspective. So I would consider myself very lucky to have got this role and work in an area where my heart is actually, because HR is also one area which I really love. So the opportunity just happened. So, and for that, I think Marco Valsecchi, who he was the guy who recruited me in Adecco India. So I'm forever indebted to him for getting me in. And then now the CEO, Vidyasagar Ganmani, who actually has shown me quite a few ways on how HR has to be approached very differently. He was in very key leadership roles in the HR space in Philips, etc. So I think the learning I've got from him has been amazing. And I think I'm just enjoying my journey. So that's a very small crux to what you asked.
So very inspiring journey and very good to see how you started with the belief that team is more important than an individual itself and how you're working at the intersection of HR plus tech. Very interesting. And sir, you have also authored many famous articles like on metaverse and tech HR. So can you tell us more about the tech in HR and the upcoming future trends?
So, see, HR as an industry, if you look at it, there is huge headroom for technology to play a very key role. While other areas like sales and marketing probably are far ahead in the game, but HR is catching up very fast, and the opportunities are diverse from a technology perspective. So I would say that let's break HR into different pillars. So one could be just talent acquisition. The second could be talent management, which is your HR BP services. Then you've got your HR ops. and finally you got your compensation benefits. So from these four pillars, if you're looking at it, TA from a recruitment perspective, Metaverse has a great opportunity to take the whole talent acquisition by storm, all the way from screening of a candidate to interviewing the candidates through digital twins, scheduling of all the calls, setting up interviews, etc., being automated through as digital assistants, and to a completely digital onboarding experience. That's how the world will change in the talent acquisition space in the very near future. From a talent management space, already most companies have superb artificial intelligence engines running on appraisals, trying to see what kind of feedback the employees would benefit from, what kind of interventions in terms of learning and development can be given to them at what pace, based on the appraisal data, so that they become better employees. So that's another thing that's taking the world by storm. From an HR ops perspective, be it T&D, be it travel and expense, that was T&D, timesheets, leave management, and anything to do around operations, I think is getting completely automated. Chatbots, digital assistants, those are what are taking care of this. And finally, from a compensation and benefits perspective, how the niche skills need to be treated, market benchmarking, etc., are being done much more robust using artificial intelligence engine. So that's a very sneak peek into how HR is transforming by using the best of technology of what's to come. I can go on talking on that, but I think because we've got limited time, I think I should stop at that. But feel free to Google me up, read the articles I've written on Metaverse, read the other articles which are there on my LinkedIn as well. And that probably will give far more insight than what I just gave as a summary.
Yes, sure, sir. Very valuable information, sir, and very good to hear how you structured each and every function of the HR and then told us. And sir, also moving on, like you have done many multiple digital transformation projects. So, what do you think were the key points in the success of the project and some of the challenges, if you can share with us?
So I will tell you one very key success to any digital transformation project. Okay. So digital transformation is about running the same business using digital technologies. So that's as simple as it can get. But bottom line is most important for that to happen is the sponsorship from the top. If it is looked at as a core technology project with no business buy-in or backup, then these projects are bound to fail. So digital projects are actually business-led projects. So sponsorship from the business is extremely key. So when I say sponsorship from the business, look at the business needs, look at the competitor information, look at the ROI analysis, and then choose the right technologies to take you wherever you want to, using the best of confluence from both business and technology. So that's what it is all about. If you ask me challenges from all these digital transformation projects which I've overseen in the last decade or so, the first one is I've seen cases where the business involvement has been very less. So that was my earlier point as well. So if the business sponsorship is not there and they don't invest enough time, and it becomes a technology-led technology-led digital transformation project, then the outcome is not going to be very great. So that's one challenge I've seen. The second challenge I've seen is a lot of customers have bought technology solutions without having an overall view of the final business end product. So many times it becomes very difficult to retrofit all these products which you've bought, and especially the licenses are not cheap. You already invested. So many times the projects you try to retrofit and the best doesn't come out. So that's another challenge I've seen. I've seen cases where people have got too optimistic, saying that we can do this, we can do that, be future ready, etc. without understanding the practical situation on the ground. And people have chosen to chew more than they can swallow, and then it's become a big problem. So that's another challenge where you try to go too futuristic, try to invest too much, but then you land up in a place where it's really not giving you the ROI which it should be giving. The last challenge, which I can also think of, is end user adoption. So while the projects are driven with complete passion, and maybe the projects are deployed, the production has happened, the user adoption has been a challenge in many cases. So how do you change the mindset of the users? How do you encourage them to use? And not just by firing, shouting at people. How do you give them the understanding of the value this project brings in? How do you review with that? And how do you take them along with this change? That entire change management, if not handled very, very carefully, then the project, whatever effort has gone in, is surely going to the drains. So these are some of the challenges which I can think of on top of my mind.
So indeed, very valuable information. And sir, also like you have played many roles throughout your career, like we talked in IT, in HR, to complete business owner. So can you share something, advice or anything to our youngsters today?
Okay. Yeah. So from that perspective, if you look at it, yes, I've been very lucky to have worked across multiple companies, each of them being stalwarts in whatever they do, across different cultures. So as I told you, I've lived in Japan, I've lived in UK, I've lived in India for a large part of my life. I've been in US. I've visited almost so many countries for business reasons. I think different cultures. Yes. So the learning has been immense. And the good thing also is I've been able to see various roles all the way from sales, which is hunting, account management, which is farming, delivery, project management, program management, technical management, and even quality assurance, and now HR. So the plethora of roles I've been lucky enough to play. So first, I wanted to thank everybody who's been instrumental in this journey. I already mentioned a lot of my bosses with whom I've worked, but again, I should thank the teams. I've been very lucky to have the best teams with whom I can proudly say that I've been associated with. I'm going to name a very few of them. The rest of them have been extremely instrumental, but because of paucity of time, I'm not going to name everybody. But from Wipro, I will choose to name Sridhar, Srikant, and Suresh Kumar Strambikal, who were very instrumental in part of my team, and then Mahesh Narayanan, and the entire Middle East team and the India team who helped me between 2013 and 16. Long list of names, and now in Adecco, I've got Abhishek, Sanket, Parag, Naveen, all these guys who have been very instrumental in my success. And also, thanks to all the peers who really helped me in this journey. So, too many people to name. I'm not going to thank everybody, but it's overall. I'm just wanting to give this message. And why do I do this? When you're asking me for advice for the youngsters, see, I have three pieces of advice which I want to leave you with, and you'll see that it's connected to what I also said. The first one is, I think you should follow your passion. That's extremely important. So, as I first said that I started my journey, but then my mind was always in leadership and management. So, I think it's very important to follow your passion. Second is you should learn from everybody around you. And that ties back to what I said in terms of gratitude to your mentors, your teams, and also your peers. Because, see, it's an opportunity to learn from the way everybody behaves, and everybody has a very different perspective to the world they bring in, be it even your team members. So I would proudly say that I've learned quite a bit from Abhishek and Sanket in Adecco India, because it's a very completely different industry compared to IT services. So the point is you should be open to understand people's perspectives and also have the ability to learn from the way they behave, the way they do meetings, the way they interact, etc. So that's the second piece of advice. The third piece of advice is you are what your team is. I would just put it that way. So you should be very, very careful and selective about the team you choose. So if you hire the right talent and if you are able to get along as a team and make the journey happen together, then that's where you will see success. Because if each part of the team is moving in a different direction, then you're going to end up not going anywhere. So, just to summarize, three things: follow your passion, learn from everybody around you. Third is your team is what makes you. So those are the three pieces of advice I'll leave the team with.
Very true, sir. Passion, learning, as well as team importance plays a major role in the success of the life. And also a beautiful message that expressing gratitude to others. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing this. And sir, I'm done with the questions. If you want to share anything else from your life, from your career, you can go ahead.
I don't have anything specific. Only other thing I would just say is enjoy life. Enjoy every moment of your life. Enjoy your profession. There will be ups and downs. There will be moments where things are not happening the way you want them to happen. Things are tough, but that's an opportunity. But never stop enjoying. So enjoy every moment of what you do, and then I'm sure that you'll come out in flying colors. So all the best to everyone. Thank you so much.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much for joining us today, sir, and sharing so great and amazing, interesting story about your journey as well as valuable information. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you again.